Hello everyone, it is me, Geekin. Today we're back in a review video. For today's review, we got from Transformers Neo Beast Wars, Deluxe class. Oh, he's not in frame. Deluxe class Mach kick. And I didn't realize this when buying it. But it's actually Year the Horse, so it's funny that I picked up the, well, at least the only horse figure I know of from Transformers. So that's kind of funny. I tried to get a snake last year because last year was Year the Snake, but the one I did find, I didn't buy because I ended up buying other stuff. But I know the year before when it was Year the Dragon, I bought the Year the Dragon Transformer specifically because it was one to celebrate Year the Dragon, so I bought that one specifically. And then I thought, I'll try to keep it going, try to see if I can buy a snake transformer, but we don't really have much. So I was going to try buying that Battlemaster from the Wolf of Cybertron trilogy. And then I went Near the Horse, and I bought probably the only horse transformer we actually ever had. But yeah, so it's from Neo Beast Wars, which was either a sequel to Beast Wars or it came after Beast Wars 2. It's one or the other. I forgot which one came first. Pretty sure it came after Beast Wars 2, but it was like a Japan exclusive series, so this was not available via Hasbro. This is a Japan exclusive toy, which kind of explains why it was 80 to 100 on eBay. I didn't pay that much for the figure though. I paid like Voyager price for it on Buy, which is a proxy service on overseas for Japan and stuff like that. So Voyager for a deluxe figure, pretty cool. I will take that over the 80 to 100 on eBay. Yeah, because like the only reason I even knew of this figure is because I was like doom scrolling on TikTok one night and I saw somebody doing a TikTok of Mach kick. I'm like, you know what? That looks cool. Let me look it up. And at the time, I didn't know it was a Japan exclusive, so I was wondering why it was 80 to 100 on eBay. Then I decided to try and buy it, and lo and behold, it's that. Specifically, Macari Buy is where I got it from. I'm not sponsored, just saying where I got mine from. And I'm surprised it came complete, Well, it didn't come with instructions, so we'll have to pull up a video and look at that as I transform it, but otherwise, pretty good. But yeah, so that Mach kick. I don't know too much about Beast Wars Neo. I just know that Big Convoy is from it, which he's in Age of the Prime, so I'm gonna try my best to get the Age of the Prime version. I really want to get him along with Leader Soundwave. But I do know he's supposed to be like a sub-commander / officer of some kind. That's what else I know, because every time I look it up, that's like the first thing Google says about him. He's an officer / sub-commander, so yeah. And apparently he's laid back or something like that. I don't know. I tried to look him up on TF Wiki and see what they said about him, but whatever. But yeah, he does the Beast Wars Megatron thing where he's also top heavy. But yeah, he does the Beast Wars Megatron thing where like one arm of his is like his animal head, and the other is the actual arm. He has the My Little Pony thing going on where like his hair is like this real feel hair sitting on his weapon. But yeah, comes in actually funny that he comes in like a reddish color to better match with the horse. That's even more interesting. But yeah, pretty cool. Well, going over the figure as we pick it up, he's very. This arm is, it's an old figure, it's from the 90s, so I don't know if it's just because it's old or it's because of the horse head being a pretty solid piece. But he does have a bit of a struggle holding it, but you can articulate the horse head, but it makes it even worse, so I just keep it like this. But if you have it like this, alright. It was fine beforehand, like when he was off camera, he was able to hold up his thing, but I guess he just magically can't anymore. But it has a horse head, which does have a mouth, so I guess you can like use it as like a claw action thing. Well, I guess it is supposed to be used for a claw action, because going over it, he does have two weapons. This one, which is his horse head, so it's like a little kabunka thing. I don't know if he did it on the show or not. This is just like an exclusive gimmick. But I can do that, which I thought was pretty fun. So that's also something that sold me on it. feel like if we got a modern rendition of him, he wouldn't be able to do that. His other weapons, like I said, is like an axe blade with this tail thing. Because it is supposed to form his tail, so I guess it can't be compromised. But yeah, going over it, still pretty cool. This is face sculpt. Looks pretty good. Let me increase the brightness because it went down for some reason. On my phone, that's what I meant. I don't know how his horse legs are supposed to be. I know they're supposed to be like this, but for me, I just prefer like that. He just kind of wears the horse for his robot mode. Here's his legs. There's his like Beast Wars crystal thingy. I don't know what they do. Like I said, I haven't seen Neo, so all I know is just the characters and how they appear in the show and whatnot. Which, up until then, the only characters I knew of was Big Convoy, but I don't know if Mach, and a giraffe, and a penguin. Well, there's probably others, because I did see the basics on Big Convoy, but I just kind of forgetting. Here's his legs. Hoping I have it right. This looks like to be right. But yeah, you know, still pretty cool. Well, let's go over the articulation. So his head, is on a swivel. Very tight swivel. His horse head, it's on a ball joint, but it's old, so it doesn't really work. The horse head itself, it can articulate, and it can do this, like as I showed earlier in the video. His other arm, it can kind of do 360, but you gotta like do it in a specific way. He has an arm bend, nothing at the wrist. He has an ab crunch. He has a waist articulation. His legs, they can kick. They really can't kick, even though he's a horse, so that's kind of funny. He's like, oh wow, I can't really kick out that far. They can kick up that far, and they can kick back that far. Wow, you really can't articulate your legs, can you? Even though you're a horse and you're supposed to be like good in the leg department. He has a thigh swivel. He has a knee bend, but you can't really bend it because you can't really get his leg up. And he has a toe bend in both. Let me just fix him. It's kind of hard to hold him because you gotta like really fix him up. Good enough. Let's go to size comparisons. But before I get into the size comparisons, folks want to know my thoughts and opinions on the size comparisons featured in this video. I have a link to that video in the description down below and in the icon up above in case you are curious about my thoughts and opinions on said figures. So up first we have from Transformers Cyberworld, Cyber Changers Mirage. Then up next we have from Transformers Age of Extinction, Deluxe Class, Scorn. And then lastly we have from Transformers Legacy United, Deluxe Class Rescue Bots Universe, Chase. Yeah, I really didn't know who to use for the first one. I just said use Scorn because they both have like the animal head on the same arm, and then I picked Chase because I'm hoping is what they say on Google too, of him being like a officer or like some sort of sub-commander thing, because if so, then they're kind of similar. If not officer, then they're very similar, but sub-commander is kind of similar, so I'm hoping that pairs well. But yeah. Let's get him prepped for horse mode. So I do have a video on how to transform him in the background because I don't come instructions, so apologies if you do hear it, but I try my best to like watch then do. But what they recommend doing first is folding in his legs. Try and be careful too, because it's wood as fudge. Then once that step, then what do we want us to do next? Then what they want us to do is take a look at the horse legs. They want us to grab them and extend them down. Oh wow, he has veins. Do that. So now he's like well, he just got high heels. Then they want us to rotate them around. So now the robot side's facing inwards and the animal side's facing outwards. If you could stand on this, that'd be pretty fun. I mean, you could give him support and you could probably stand on them, but it's just like, dang. Like, high heels. Okay, what's next? Alright, so then when it comes to his lower leg section, you want to spin. It's very awkward to get in here, but you want to spin this section till you see the ball joint. And then how does it look on the picture? And then for this side, you want the ball joint to face up towards where his arm is. So yeah, ball joint facing towards you, and then on this side, you want the ball joint facing up towards him. Then what's next? But yeah, so what you want to do with Mach kick for the next step, you see his little crystal. You want it facing towards the ground. Well, like I was saying is, you see its crystal, you want it facing towards the ground, while you want the non-crystal part facing towards, well, I guess the sky. So, bend, and then try to lock them together. Wrong tab. Yeah, so you want it like that. So see its crystal, it's facing towards the ground, or this is facing towards the sky. Nay. Dead. Okay, what's next? Alright, flipping over here. You want to take his arm. You want to bring it back around, like so. Bend it, rotate. Yeah, so his arm was like hinged like this. You want to take it at the hinge. I can still see the snapping, but oh well. Let me look back at the video, see what he's doing. Alright, well, apparently he's supposed to keep going. Like so. So his arms like this. Yeah, you want the hinge to go all the way that way. Then, it's just like a matter of getting the arm into the right placement. That's what I'm trying to figure out. There we go. And then it should tab. Yep. Because you see this piece, it's going to tab into the hole right there. Alright, well, we have our abomination. Alright, so now we turn to the head with my bajillion panels in the way, because fun. Oh, So what they want to get you to do is grab his ponytail. I think mine's a little bit shorter. But they want you, well, okay. Before you do what I was gonna do, you're supposed to rotate his head. So rotate it so now it's facing away from you. Then wrap the ponytail around it. It might be hard to do because of horse panels. Also, I think mine might be a little bit shorter. But they want you to do that. And then they want you to tuck down his head, but I suck at this step, so let me redo it. There. So you want to wrap his ponytail around his head and face it down, so you can try getting his hair not to mess with the panels. Next step. Alright, so move horsey head out of the way. See how it's on a panel? They want you to basically bring around like that. Wow, I got it right first try. I think. Well, yeah, because if it's the other way around, it wouldn't work. But yeah, they want you to bring it around. So just did some fixing up, like cleaning up a little bit here and there, just to make it more a flat line, because Ariel's legs was facing like up, well, it was facing down. But now that I got it straight, did mess with it a little bit, but now I know what I'm doing. So obviously, as you saw, you gotta get the legs down here, but there's like, there's this tab, and there's gonna be a hole. I can't get a good angle on it, but there's a hole right there where these tabs are supposed to go into. It's just really mostly just fiddling. And hoping it goes in. So you're in, and you're in. And then you want to get all that straight. Fix that up. It kind of just like collapses in on itself as you fix it up. Alright, so you want to take his axe. There's a hole right here for this to go in. It makes up his ponytail, and not the head kind. Then you want to kind of squeeze him together, close him up, and there's Mach kick in horse mode. So yeah, you know, pretty cool. I mean, keep going back and forth and I should be able to get the hang of it. Just making sure it's fine. But yeah, you know, he actually kind of looks like those old horse toys from back in the day. If you know, you know. Yeah, you know, you can see the beast underneath, but not the beast, the robot. But I mean, you know, how else can you hide it? But yeah, you know, like obviously minus these little red bits, like those covered up fine. I would honestly think this is just a horse toy, you know. Granted, it's from Japan, so they probably have a better idea of how to make something look like a toy than Hasbro does. But you know, it's also back in the day when they still had love and care. But if you want, so for some articulation, you can like articulate the head forward for some reason. I mean, it's probably so it looks more like a human hand. And even though it has a horse lips, right? Right, you can still give it a mouth, which I think is supposed to like help represent his robot mode. And if you want, if you press on his mane, it so activates the gimmick. For articulation, you can like use this bit to articulate his legs. His horse feet can go up and down. Woo. These legs are on ball joints, and then they can do this and that. So I wonder if you can get him into that pose. Let's see. But at least he can still look majestic and be a My Little Pony. Actually, My Little Pony was going on while this mold was around. Well, I think My Little Pony was going around when this mold was out, but it would have been cool if they just like reprint this for My Little Pony characters. I was just thinking the one I grew up with, but the one that was more horse-like. Yeah, they could probably just use this. Actually, that's probably what inspired me to make my kick was those My Little Pony toys. But yeah, you know, nice horse. I don't really have much for animals in my collection. Actually, I have a handful of animals in my collection. I got the dinos. I got a bird. Got a pterosaur. Got a handful of scorpions. Okay, I got failed it, but you know, this is kind of like a hidden gem. Not hidden, but I know like Beast Wars and here in the West is more simple mammals versus prehistoric reptiles, which is still the case, but I just feel like Japanese Beast Wars kind of broadened the horizon because like a horse. I think Mach is only, like I said, there might be others I don't know about, but there's like, I'm sure there's probably at least one or two maybe reprints of him, but like different horse characters, like I think he's the only one. So yeah, still cool. It's a bit harder on horse mode, but yeah. But you can see the different paneling, like dang. Wow, he does the classic horse fall over when they do something. But let's go over those utmost size comparisons. Up first, we have from Transformers Cyborgs, Cyber Changers Mirage. Then we have from Transformers Age of Extinction, Deluxe Class Scorn. Who's taller? Okay, well, I guess I should probably make it fair and have Scorn be flat. Okay, I'm looking at this awkwardly, but from head to head, I think head-wise, my kick is bigger, but of course because of his dorsal fin, Scorn wins. But I think like my kick's just generally bigger. Wow, everybody's taking everybody out. Yeah, and lastly we got from Transformers Legacy United, Rescued by Universe Deluxe Class Chase. You know, since he is a cop, if I had him in robot mode, I could have him on top of Mach Kick and be like those cops that ride the horses. Yeah, fun little clinker. Well, that's been my look at Transformers Beast Wars Neo Deluxe Class Mach Kick. I'd like to thank you folks for... It sounds weird when you say like Mach Kick. It sounds like the Pokemon like Machop or Machoke, or it sounds like, you know, like My Kick. I'm not supposed to be playing on words like it's My Kick, Mach Kick, My Kick. Sounds really similar. I wonder if it's supposed to be a play on words thing. Where it's like for example, Choo Choo from Bang Dream, her name is spelled CHU, but sounds like chew, which is like CHOO, or like how accelerate or energy is like XRL or ENRG, you know, kind of like those things. So they're supposed to be like, well, they're spelled differently, but they sound the same, you know. So I wonder if it's supposed to be like that with Mach Kick. But yeah, I'd like to thank you folks for watching my review video on Transformers Beast Wars Neo Deluxe Class Mach Kick. Folks did enjoy this review video, give the video a thumbs up, drop a comment down below if you made this far. Comment your favorite Maximal from Beast Wars Neo. I haven't seen the show, so the ones I know of is Penguin, Giraffe, Horse, and Mammoth. But I haven't seen the show, so I don't know what they're like in the show, you know. Maybe like they could be complete bums, or they can be super awesome, so I don't know. But off of design-wise, I have to go with Mach Kick for right now, but if I get my Age of the Prime's big convoy in, Then obviously the difference obviously is an unfair comparison because one's modern while the other's 90s, so who knows. But for right now, I say Mach Kick's my favorite, at least between Convoy and the other one. But I still want to get Convoy, you know, it's a bloody mammoth. Who wouldn't want that in their collection? Or you can leave any other comments, probably those as fast as I can. And subscribe with the bell so you know if I drop new videos / stream. But until next time, toodles.
You're not ready. It's main season. You know what's in my cup. I know you think you're all bad, but I'ma have you crying like that. You just don't care. I'm the main attraction, though. I'm the godfather. Call me Pony Soprano.